another aspect of this DEI stuff is to do with the military, and that is to do with gender in the military, specifically transgender people in the military. So transgender individuals are going to be banned from serving in the military. It's one of the policies that he is either bringing in or has just brought in. Forgive me for that. But anyway, Bobby, is that a good idea?
Yeah, absolutely. And what he's saying with this policy is we're not going to do this pronouns nonsense. If you're a man, you're not going to be allowed to dress like a woman and act like a woman. You know, you want to do that outside the military on your own dime, that's fine. But what we are focusing on with our new Secretary of Defense and Trump's policy is lethality. Making the biggest fighting force that is the most cohesive as possible. And we can't do this with people that pretend they live in an alternate reality. We need people focused on the mission.
Okay.
How does somebody's gender dictate how they perform in battle? That's the question. How does somebody's gender dictate how they perform in battle? It doesn't. It doesn't. So the same president.
You're addressing that to me?
I think so.
The same answer. Yeah, if you can answer it, you can.
In order to perform well at battle, you have to have a cohesive fighting force. And it is the complete antithesis of a cohesive fighting force to be with someone that doesn't even understand their own body, that lives in a delusional world. That is not someone that should be out on the battlefield because clearly something is wrong with them. Trump recognizes
you don't understand their body.
Please
they
stop
understand
interrupting.
it.
I mean, do you want me to answer the question or not?
But what you're saying doesn't make sense. So no, I no longer want you to answer the question. The reality is that someone's gender does not dictate how they perform
I'm going
in
to respond
battle.
to it.
President Trump said he was going to be a unifying president, yet at every turn he has found reasons to exclude people, whether they're black, whether they're brown, whether they're LGBTQ+, whether they're trans, whether they're senior, whether they're on food stamps, whether they get free lunch at school. He has used every opportunity he's had to separate people who are living in the United States of America. And it's really, really sad, and it's frankly disgusting. And so when you talk about someone's gender dictating how they perform in battle, that's ludicrous. That's like the original comment that Pete Hegseth, who's now the secretary, said that women don't belong in battle. Yet there are people who serve in our Congress who have been to battle, who are veterans themselves and have served honorably. So when you talk about transgender folks not knowing themselves, they know themselves. Just because you don't understand it doesn't mean they don't understand themselves. And they frankly may fight in battle better than you or I can. But to exclude them from serving in the military when we talk about having the best and brightest and strongest, apparently that's the DEI part that no one wants to talk about. Well, when it comes to transgender, let's leave them out, and that should never be the case.
Okay, final word on this, Bobby. Do you just reject that? You don't think that anyone who is identifying as transgender, frankly,
well, again,
could be?
We're not looking to kick people out. We're asking people to exist and live in reality. So if someone, again, on their own dime wants to live their life the way they want to live it in a fantasy world, that's quite fine. But if a man signs up in the military, guess what? He's going to serve as a man. If a woman signs up in the military, she's going to serve as a woman.